Welcome to the NHL Overview that Huddle's hosting here. Short season, every game counts. So even as early as it is in the season, there's a lot to talk
You
about.
have to win. You have to win. That's right.
The Atlantic Division, New Jersey, the defending Eastern Conference champions. A lot of people had them, falling off. Maybe just barely making the playoffs. They come out hot early, and it's only a few games in, but every single point counts. And they've been looking really good early.
Yeah, nobody thought they were going to be this good without Parise.
Yeah, they seem like they're kind of trying to take control of the division. Only a few games in here, so yeah. And without Parise, I mean, Kovalchuk is playing really well, and Brodeur seems like he's 25 again, like every year. I mean, he really just Brodeur is so solid, and they're playing it right now. They're playing some good hockey. Pitt is trying to hang with them in the Atlantic Division. That was pretty much most people's favorites for this division. They're playing well early. I mean, Crosby's playing the Crosby form, and the rest of the team's following suit with them. So,
yeah.
In the Northeastern Division, Boston doesn't seem like they're having any trouble without Tim Thomas. I mean, it's like, you go from one goalie to the next. Like, it didn't even blink an eye.
Like they were ready for it.
Yeah, they really were. And, surprising, Ottawa and Montreal are hanging with them, not far behind. And that division seems like it's going to be real fun, real tight. Boston's got their early control of it, though, so we're going to see how that kind of falls through going down the line here. That seems like it's going to be real exciting. In the Southeastern Division, Tampa's still scoring. I mean, it seemed like they just didn't even lose pace from what they were doing last year. They're putting up goal after goal after goal.
They are scoring like crazy.
Yeah, Stamkos is, he's that weapon that everyone's just zoning in on. The rest of the team is, I think, really, really playing well to kind of adjust around that and doing what they have to do to get their goals. The Winnipeg Jets came out hot too. I mean, they're really. They got to go from Winnipeg back to the East Coast to play everybody in their conference. So I mean,
they have a crazy schedule.
In a short season, that's really, I think, it's going to affect them long term. But right now, they seem like they're young, they're energetic, and they got a good thing going for them.
Yeah, let's see how that holds up. Yeah. That's a lot of travel.
That's a lot of travel, but they seem like they're handling it well early. They got used to it from last year. Now it's shortened season. There's a whole new loop into that game, so we'll see. In the Western Conference, in the Central, Chicago is obviously
killing it.
Yeah, I mean, they might be the best team in the NHL right now. They're on fire. They really are. Their stars are playing like stars, and the rest of their team is falling in right behind them. They're getting good goalie play right now. It seems like it's all coming together.
Can't argue with that big zero in the loss column.
No, you can't ever argue with that. And St. Louis is hanging with them. I like St. Louis a lot. Ken Hitchcock, I've always been a huge Ken Hitchcock fan. But they play good, fundamental, sound hockey. They don't really seem like they get in too many scuffles. They do all the right things. They were good last year.
They were good last year. I thought they'd be pretty good this year. They kind of fell off in the playoffs. They just kind of disappeared out there. So
they did, but
they got to come back a little hungry.
They've been hanging tight with some good teams here early in the season. They've won some big games. So I'm really liking them so far. The Northeast Division in the West, that is so tight right now, separated by 2 points. I still have the Wild as the favorite because they got all those stars. They don't have a lot of depth, though. I mean, they had, out of their 13 goals early in the season, 10 of them all came from the first line, the Parise line. So that's going to be hard. You can't win in the playoffs like that.
You can't expect them to do everything all the time.
Yeah, so I mean they got to find some depth somewhere, make some trades, do what they got to do. But I still have them winning that division. I really think that nobody can compete with that line alone. So we'll see.
In the short season, it might work.
It might work, but in the playoffs, I think it'll fall back off. In the Pacific, I mean, the Sharks are hanging tight with as good as Chicago is playing. I mean, the Sharks come out just they've been getting into a lot of fights. They're physical. I mean, they seem like that overpowering team from a few years ago that everyone thought the Sharks would be. They're putting the puck in the net and getting some really good goalie play. They're right there with the best of the teams. They look like a team that can hold this for the future. And the Ducks are hanging right behind them, only a few points behind them. And, you got the Kings in that division who are, they made it as an 8 seed last year. They look like they're playing like an 8 seed right now. They're really just, as the defending championship, a lot of people had higher expectations for them. Right now they got a rough start going for them. So,
if they can get hot soon, it's kind of hard to say get hot and late in this kind of a season.
Yeah.
But
it's so early. There's still a lot of time for adjustment, but that lot of time is going to close really fast on all these teams. So a lot of games and a lot of days. It's fun. I mean, I'm watching hockey pretty much every night. Different NHL game. Watching our poor Flyers every night too. It's been rough.
Oh man.
Overall, it's still fun getting all this hockey in. So
yeah, I'm glad it's back.
Yeah,
Definitely
absolutely,
missed it.
Absolutely.
It's going to be exciting with the lack of games this year.
Yeah, the shortened season is going to be really fun.
It's going to make for some close races.
Yeah, and I think the swings from the back of the divisions are really. I think it's going to be a lot more interesting this year because I think there's no team that's going to be out of it until like really late in the season. Anybody can make that run at any moment because you're going to have a lot of games in a short period of time. So we'll see. That was Hood's Huddle, little overview on the NHL. There's going to be more to come. Obviously, as the year kind of breaks down and we see who the favorites are and who the worst is. So, thanks for listening.